What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another college football team overview. And hope you guys had a great Monday. Another work week is ahead of us. But, anyways, tonight I'm going to be talking about the Oklahoma Sooners, a team that I really think could be a potential threat for the national championship, along with my Buckeyes and Clemson. And then, of course, you have Bama and LSU and Florida and all those other teams like Georgia in the SEC. But I definitely see Oklahoma as the Big 12's, powerhouse over the last couple of years. And I guess you could say that they are quarterback U, being as out of the last, 3 drafts, they've had 2 number 1 picks. And I believe they were both Heisman Trophy winners. Baker Mayfield, guy right here, and Kyler Murray, who had a very promising rookie season. And with the squad he has now, I think year 2 will be big for Kyler Murray. So that'll be fun to watch. But anyways, let's talk about the Sooners, shall we? They have been playing ball for 111 seasons from 1903 until, of course, this season. And they are 855, 307, and 47. They have played in the SWC, MVIAA, Big 6, 7, 8, and 12. Obviously, they can't be Big 10 because we're the Big 10. 48 conference championships, and they last won a national championship, I believe, in the year 2000. So imagine that, You win a national title right after Y2K. That must have been fun. In fact, let me just look it up because for some reason, Football Reference does not have the number of national titles that they have. So, oh well, got to go do some digging now, right? Got to love doing that. But anyways, back to it. I'll look up their natties here in a second. 53 bowl games, 29, 23, and 1. And they have been ranked in the preseason AP poll 61 times, 59 times in the AP poll. And they've been ranked a total of 847 weeks. That's very impressive. And they play at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, which seats a capacity of 82,112. And, of course, that stadium is located in Norman, Oklahoma. Of course, Ohio State played there a couple years ago, and we beat them. Yeah. But in terms of national titles, they have 7 claimed. The last one, like I said, was in 2000. And they have 11 unclaimed, which I guess 2008 was their last unclaimed national championship. Usually those are like national championships that they get from like polls and stuff. Yeah. It's not like they won a game to win it like they did in 2000. Like that was a poll national championship. Like the AP poll and all that stuff. Yeah, love it. So we're going to, of course, start off the reviews of their seasons from when they joined the Big 12. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short. So Big 12. So 1996. You don't go back that far. John Blake, in his first year, went 3-8, then 4-8 in 97, and then 98. They go 5-6. And they decide this guy ain't going to win nothing, so they get him out of there. And they bring in some guy named Bob Stoops. Now, some coaches that they've had in the previous years, they had dating all the way back to the Big 8 era. They had Bud Wilkerson in the early 60s, Gomer Jones for a year, Jim McKenzie, Chuck Fairbanks, Barry Switzer, a guy that I'm sure Boomer Sooner fans know very well. He's a legend. In fact, he won a lot of games, went to a lot of bowl games, won a lot of those bowl games as well. And then they, of course, this is all in the Big 8. They join the Big 12. John Blake comes in. They're mediocre. They get rid of him. Bob Stoops comes in. And look at that. Second year under Bob Stoops. national championship. They go undefeated. From that point on until 2005, they went on a nice little run where they won 10 plus games 4 straight years after 2000. So 2001 to 2004. And they lost less than two or less games those 4 years. 2, and 1. And in those games, they went 2-2 in bowl games. Then they went 8-4 in 2005. And then right back up to the top at 2 straight 11-3 seasons. Both were losses in the Fiesta Bowl. They did make another BCS national title game with Bob Stoops at the helm. They went 12-2 and they lost. Then they went 8-5, and then 12-2, 10-3, 10-3, 11-2, 8-5, 11-2, 11-2. So if you notice something with Stoops, every few years they'd kind of fall off a little bit, but then they would come right back with like 4 straight 10-plus win seasons. And then, of course, 2016, they win the Sugar Bowl, and they let Bob Stoops go. And they bring in Lincoln Riley. And so far, he has kept up the theme of losing less than 3 games and winning more than 10. As under Lincoln Riley, they have had 3 straight 12-2 seasons. And all 3 seasons have resulted in losses in a bowl game. Now, of course, they were in the BCS national champion and BCS playoff. Most of those, yeah, of course. They were unlucky enough to run into some steamrollers, per se, as they ran into, Alabama and freaking LSU. Ew. Yeah, that's not good. No. Running into Alabama and LSU, bro. Ish. Yeesh. But of course, like I said, though, 2017, of course, they had Baker Mayfield leave. No, sorry, no, 18 he left. Again, it's freaking 11:30 at night, bro. My brain is ready to just knock out for the night. But yeah, do I think they could win a bowl game this year? We'll see. They got a nice looking squad. They're going to be a lot of fun to watch over the next couple of years. But yeah, that's their history. And now looking at their schedule from last year, of course, like I just mentioned, they only lost 2 games. That's a pretty good theme to keep up. But they started off their season very impressive. 49-31 win over Houston to get the year started. 70-14 over South Dakota. 48-14 over UCLA. Wow. Firing right out of the gates. Then they had a bye week. They come out and they smash Texas Tech, crush Kansas, escape against Texas. They smash West Virginia. Then they lose to Kansas State. Wow. They lose to Kansas State. I remember I was at work when that game was going on. Yep. I was at work, and I was out on my lunch break, and one of my coworkers was watching this game, and I was like, wow, they're losing to Kansas State, bro. Oh, my God, bro. And it's funny because at the time, I was like, I wonder what Bad Dog's thinking about watching this. Yeah, that must have not been fun. And then the next 3 games, they barely won by the skin of their teeth. They literally limped out of Iowa State, lucky to have the win. They won by 1 point. The week after that, they beat Baylor by 3. Wow. And then they squeak by TCU. Wow. Those could have easily been 3 straight losses. They could have had 4 straight losses. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. They really had some close calls. Yeah. And then they ended their regular season, of course, against Oklahoma State. And like they always do, they beat them. So you move on to the Big 12 title game. And, of course, they beat Baylor again. Yeah, they beat Baylor. That game was crazy. And then they go into the Peach Bowl, and they run into the meat grinder, the incinerator that is LSU. And they get smacked 63-28. I remember streaming that game, and I was like, watch, LSU's going to score in like 3 plays. And boom, what do you know? They did. They did. That was nuts. Like, it's almost like Oklahoma never really stood a chance. You know, they never stood a chance against that steamroller. Oh, damn. And I know a lot of Ohio State fans said, wow, if we would have beat Clemson, we would have beaten LSU. And honestly, I'm sitting here like, after I watched that game, I would have been like, I was like, oh, man, I don't know if we were going to beat them. I just don't know. That would have been a great game. It would have been fun to see Chase Young chasing after Joe Burrow, but I don't know. I don't know if we would have been able to beat them. I'm sure we would have kept it closer than but yeah, I mean, Oklahoma was just no match. Not at all. But yeah, great year last year. Now let's see what they got for this year. And then, of course, I'll look at up to 2025 to see what they got coming up. But this year they got Missouri State to start off. That's going to be an easy win, I'm pretty sure. Give them the chance to get their things going. I believe they Spencer Rattler will be their quarterback this year, so that'll give them a chance to see what he's got. It'll give them a chance to see what the backup's got because their backup's going to be playing in this game. Oh yeah, probably the third stringers too. Yeah, if they play up to their potential, which I think they will. They're going to be itching to get out there, especially with all this crap going on. You really haven't been able to do much. So they're going to want to get out there and get some action going. So I'm sure they're going to want to take care of business because the next week they got Tennessee. Now, I'm probably going to do Tennessee in this stream thing at some point later on in the future because looking at what they've been doing in recruiting, that's got some out-of-conference fans thinking that they're motivating the recruits with the money. But honestly, I don't think it's money. I think they're getting these really high recruits, and those guys are out there pretty much selling the product to these other recruits. And, you got can't remember who it was. There was a guy, I think it was like Kamara Wilcoxson, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what his name is, but he's like one of the top gets for them. And he's been out there recruiting like crazy, going out there, tweeting at fellow, recruits and stuff, saying, hey, yo, come over here to Tennessee. Come on over to Tennessee. Come play with us. I mean, looking at their class, like their class is absolutely loaded. And it's even funnier because I believe they're like the number 2 recruiting class for 21. And yet they still can't even touch Ohio State. That tells you a lot about our recruiting class. But yeah, that's going to be a fun game. Tennessee and Oklahoma. And I think Tennessee and Oklahoma fans have kind of had a little bit of banter going on. Kind of like Ohio State and Oregon a little bit. Haven't seen it much lately. But yeah, Tennessee and Oklahoma fans, I know they've been having a little go back and forth with this recruiting thing going on, Some Oklahoma fans aren't really too happy with what Tennessee's been doing. They think it's a little shady, but I don't think Tennessee's recruiting is shady. I think they're being legit. They're just getting some really high prospects, and those guys are helping sell the product. Sometimes the prospects are better recruiters than the recruiters themselves. Ohio State recruits are doing it too. Just look on Twitter for real. But anyways, after that game, I'm sure that'll be a hard-fought game. It'll be a bye week. So after 2 weeks, they got a bye week. Lovely. Then they go to Army. Ooh, good. They go to West Point. Ooh. Not very often Army plays a home game against a big-name team like this. Ooh. Tough. Army is a team that you do not want to sleep on, like I've always said. I've said this before, I'm sure. Then they got Baylor. Then Texas. Ooh, yeah, the Red River rivalry. In fact, I'm pretty sure Cleveland plays Dallas. around that time too, in Dallas. Ooh, Baker returning to Dallas right around the time of the Red River rivalry. Ooh, damn. And I'm not gonna, make this a Browns stream or anything, but the last few times Baker has played in Dallas, specifically in Jerry World, he's balled out. It'll be interesting. But yeah, Texas and Oklahoma will be another fantastic game this year, I'm sure. Then you got Iowa State, then Oklahoma State, and then TCU, West Virginia, Kansas State, Kansas. And then you end the year at Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock against Texas Tech. And then I'm sure they'll be right back in the Big 12 championship game. Now, looking at the non-con games for the next 5 or so years, so 2025 around there, they have Tulane in 21, Western Carolina, and then they face an old friend, an old foe, I should say, in Nebraska. 22, they get UTEP and then Nebraska. 23, they will have Illinois State, Georgia, and Tulsa. Ooh, okay. 24, Temple, Tennessee again, and then Tulane. Okay, that's nice. And then finally 25, oh, they play the team up north. Ooh, and Temple. Nice. So, yeah, that's the next 5 or so years. Now, if you want my record prediction for this season for the Boomers, I'm going to say I think they continue that theme. I see no more than 2 losses. And, those losses, who knows whether, I think they could lose to this. And I'm going to say they maybe, come out a little sleepy against, I don't know, maybe a team that you don't expect. Maybe Tennessee. Who knows? Tennessee ain't no team to sleep on. That's for sure. There's a lot of teams that, Big 12, you never know what's going to happen there. I wouldn't even be surprised if Army gave Oklahoma a game. Tennessee and Army are not teams to overlook. Because if you overlook them, they'll punch you in the face. And they may just steal a W from you. And then you'll be left thinking, crap, we should have won that game. But hey, it happens. It's football. You never know. That's what's so awesome about it. But yeah, figured I'd keep this one nice and short. And what's up, Snoop? Favorite college team, Buckeyes. What am I reading off? You watch basketball if you watch basketball. Cavs. Yeah. Yep. But I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Got about 20 minutes, so we're good. So that's going to wrap it up for this live stream, guys. And again, I'll probably do the next one on, I'm going to say Thursday, maybe Friday. Depends, what I'm doing. But for right now, I'm going to say Thursday. So let's say Thursday, and then Sunday, and then Wednesday the 24th, and then let's say Saturday the 27th, and then, of course, on the last day of the month, I will have my final team preview. I'm sure you guys are going to know who that'll be. Here's a hint. We hate them. Yeah, you pretty much know who the last team will be out of this series. And then once July gets going, I'll probably give me like a week or so just to cool off. I'm doing all these freaking videos and stuff, but maybe a couple days. But my first, I guess, July stream will be a conference preview. That'll be fun. And I'll be doing all the Power 5 and, Group of 5 conference previews. And then around that time, I'm going to say it'd probably be close to August. And then when that rolls around, I'll be doing my, playoff prediction and stuff for college football. So that'll be fun. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. This was a lot of fun. And, unless something changes, I'll see you guys on Thursday for my next one. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog 99, and I'm out.